You admitted that from the 4th information was available. What did the government do? How can you say you did not know? Inquiries were on from 2016 when your Prime Minister was in the Security Council. If it appeared in the newspaper, you better release immediately to the newspaper. At least the country, the innocent people will protect themselves. It is shame that certain higher up of the government made an utterance to say he knew and he didn't go to church. Didn't they have the courtesy in the name of God to inform the minister or the cardinal? This country has no government, sir. That is why we, the leader of the opposition, ask you all to quit and hand over a government that can save our country from this disaster.
An independent investigation needs to be conducted in regard to this matter, and the truth should be made public. Do these attacks have an international dimension? Attack on the Vatican Church also has an ethnic flavor, I'm informed that all the victims were Tamils. Sri Lanka chosen for the attack because we are politically divided on account of our own interests, not on account of the interests of the country. For Sri Lanka attack because we are economically weak on account of wasteful expenditure on a war which should never have occurred if commitments made to moderate Tamil politicians had been implemented in due time. The war need not have ever occurred. Our security was weakened on account of our internal divisions.
We must, however, confess and concede that we are collectively guilty of complacency in not taking immediate action when there were intelligence reports pointing towards the possibility of these heinous attacks. The Muslim minority in Sri Lanka, living here for over 1,000 years, has preserved its ethno-religious identity with remarkable peace and resilience. This is not to say that we also have and profess the extreme degree of tolerance towards other communities as preached by Lord Buddha. I don't think we should start pointing fingers at each other and allowing the enemy to benefit from this. Declaring emergency is unavoidable in a situation like this. I'm sure those powers will be used in full measure, keeping in mind, of course, those extraordinary powers will be resorted to in a rational and justifiable manner, proportionate to the purpose of investigation.
It's not only during the threat of terrorism that politicians and military officials should realize the importance of security in the country. Foreign intelligence services informed of the attack. As far as I know, the Director of State Intelligence Service is under the Ministry of Defence and the Defence Secretary, but not under the Inspector General of Police. Therefore, what's the point in vilifying the IGP? I'm sure the opposition leader must remember that I came up with some proposals after the end of the war. The State Intelligence Services must be strengthened to ensure the security of the country. However, I don't think it happened over time. I'm sure they must have been weakened. There is no use of sending the Director of State Intelligence Service home in the name of restructuring. Even our government did not take measures to strengthen it. If the President is weak, we are weak as well. The Security Council, the Defence Minister and the Defence Secretary has not done their duty properly regarding the incident that happened recently. And they have failed. We won't believe whatever the excuses they come up with. They gave more prominence to the information they got from Namal Kumara than they gave to this information. The Prime Minister and the State Minister of Defence were not asked to attend the Security Council for 6 months. Do we have a government here? Honourable Prime Minister, I respect you, but if you were not asked to attend the Security Council, why were you silent? The State Minister of Defence should have resigned if he was not asked to attend the Security Council. The other thing is, there should be more experienced personnel in these positions. How can a younger minister of 40 to 45 years of age give directions to an army commander aged 55 or 60? We too held positions and I said that an administrative officer must become the Defence Secretary. Some Defence Secretaries didn't know that there are 25 members in a platoon. I was invited to meet the Prime Minister only 48 hours after the attack had happened. Is there anyone in this government who is better qualified than myself to talk about security? Make use of us.